If you're thinking about cutting sheet metal cleanly, without warping it, without curling the edges, and without spending the afternoon picking up razor-sharp scraps, then a nibbler is exactly what you need. These tools punch out tiny chips as they move, which means the surrounding material stays perfectly flat, and you can navigate curves and corrugated profiles that would stop any other cutter cold. Roofers, HVAC techs, auto body specialists, weekend builders, there's something here for each of you. Links are in the description. Let's get into it. The MtiolHig cordless metal nibbler kicks things off, and its whole pitch is one idea. If you're already in the DeWalt 20V Max ecosystem, why start over? It ships as a bare tool that slots directly onto the DeWalt batteries you already own. No extra charger, no redundant battery sitting in a drawer. The brushless motor runs at 1,900 revolutions per minute and handles mild steel up to 18 gauge, stainless up to 1.2 millimeters, and aluminum up to 2.5 millimeters. A 3-speed selector matches the stroke rate to the material, the cutting head rotates a full 360 degrees for tight internal cutouts, and the ambidextrous assist handle keeps things steady on long, straight runs. Picture yourself trimming metal roofing panels on a steep pitch. No cord trailing down the ladder, just clean cuts and full freedom of movement. The kit includes 2 replacement tungsten titanium punch blades, which is a thoughtful touch since the punch is a consumable that dulls over time. If you don't own DeWalt batteries, it won't run out of the box, and it's most at home in the mid-duty range rather than grinding through thick galvanized siding for hours. But for the DeWalt crowd, this is the most economical way to add nibbling to an existing setup. This next one changes what you'd expect from a 12-volt tool. The Milwaukee M12 Fuel 16-gauge variable speed Nibbler delivers cutting authority that, until recently, required an 18-volt platform or a compressor. 7 feet per minute through 16-gauge mild steel, 18-gauge stainless, 12-gauge aluminum, all from the M12 red lithium system. HVAC technicians reach for this specifically for spiral duct seams, cold cutting, zero heat distortion, no sparks near finished ceilings. The variable speed dial runs 1 through 5 plus in auto mode that idles while you're aligning, then ramps to full power the instant it senses resistance. It genuinely feels like the tool is reading your mind. The chip collection bag snaps onto the die housing and captures sharp metal fragments right at the source instead of scattering them across a finished floor. Compared to the MtiolHig, it costs more and ties you to the M12 platform, but the tool-free 360-degree die rotation and that extra cutting ceiling make it a different class of tool entirely. It runs front-heavy, so support the nose on precise work. That's a small trade for everything else it brings to a job site. Now, what if you don't want to commit to any battery platform at all? The Vevor cordless metal nibbler comes as a complete kit. 4.0 amp-hour battery, fast charger, hard case, everything in one box. The brushless motor runs at 2,200 RPM, noticeably quicker than the MtiolHig, and the SKH-51 punch rod paired with a CR12 MOV die base means the cutting components are engineered for real sustained work. A physical thickness gauge is machined into the die housing so you can check unknown scrap before pushing the tool past its limits. For a large corrugated steel agricultural build or automotive floor pan repairs out in a field with no power access, this delivers serious speed and runtime with nothing else needed. The trade-off is weight. At 7.28 pounds, overhead cuts and steep pitch roofing will fatigue your arm faster than the lighter cordless options. It trades a little ergonomic neutrality for outstanding value, and for most heavy outdoor projects, that's a fair deal. Here's where things get interesting. If runtime is everything, the Makita JN1601 is the corded benchmark that fabrication shops have trusted for well over a decade, and nothing on this list touches it. Plugged into 120 volts, the 5-amp motor drives the punch at 2,200 strokes per minute with zero throttling and zero battery management. It handles 16-gauge mild steel, 18-gauge stainless, and 10-gauge aluminum. The quarter-inch vertical stroke is engineered to clear the deep peaks of corrugated roofing and trapezoidal deck panels that shorter stroke tools crash right into. The barrel grip keeps total weight at 3.6 pounds, less than half the Vevor cordless, which is almost funny. Motor brushes are externally accessible and swap in seconds with a screwdriver. The cord introduces trip hazard concerns on elevated job sites, and direction changes need a spanner wrench, but at a stationary bench or large commercial installation, nothing else comes close. The Rexbeti REX003 is for a completely different kind of person. It's a drill attachment nibbler that chucks into the drill you already own and somehow manages a 14-gauge steel rating, thicker than several dedicated electric tools on this list. The double-headed design is clever. Cut with one end, the blade dulls, relocate the stabilizing handle to the other side, and you instantly have a fresh punch and die with zero downtime. The included circle-cutting jig handles radii up to 11.4 inches, which makes it outstanding for fan cutouts in PC chassis panels or ventilation holes in van conversion sidewalls. Performance depends entirely on your drill. Weak 12-volt drivers will bog it down, so run a 20-volt drill in its highest gear. The stabilizing handle tends to vibrate loose on long cuts, so check it and keep cutting oil on the punch. Clamp the nibbler in a bench vise with the drill trigger locked, and it becomes a precise little stationary cutter for feeding aluminum and copper blanks through with both hands. On the opposite end of the spectrum entirely, the Astro pneumatic 727 Onyx Air Nibbler weighs 1.79 pounds and cycles at 3,500 times per minute, cutting 17-gauge cold-rolled steel at over an inch per second with zero sparks, zero heat, and zero edge distortion. For auto body repair, that spark-free cold operation isn't a luxury. An angle grinder near a vehicle interior can ignite upholstery in seconds, while the Astro cuts and moves on cleanly. Its compact footprint gets into wheel wells and tight chassis radii that larger tools won't fit. It only consumes 2 cubic feet per minute at 90 pounds per square inch, so a portable pancake compressor is sufficient. You do need compressed air infrastructure, and pneumatic maintenance is non-negotiable. Oil the inlet before each shift, use an inline moisture separator. The long-term payoff: no batteries degrading, no circuit boards burning out, no brushes to replace, and a lifespan that is essentially indefinite. Rounding this out, the Vevor corded 380-watt metal nibbler is built for one thing: raw cutting power without the premium brand price tag. The 380-watt pure copper motor runs at 1,800 revolutions per minute and is rated for mild steel up to 1.8 millimeters, approaching 15 gauge, and 1.2 millimeter stainless. Copper windings handle sustained thermal buildup better than aluminum alternatives, and the ventilation louvers actively pull heat from the motor housing during continuous use. The kit ships with a hard case, replacement blades, extra carbon brushes, and a hook-type cutter for deep corrugated channels. Compared to the Makita, the Vevor trades refined balance and a long track record for more raw structural capacity at a lower price. The 6-pound weight is nearly double the Makita's, and the cutting head ships packed with heavy factory grease that makes the first blade swap genuinely messy. Just know that going in. For demolition work, agricultural builds, or HVAC duct fabrication, where thick structural material needs to disappear all day on grid power, the Vevor corded absolutely punches above its price. Here's the final breakdown. Mobile tradespeople doing roofing or HVAC work. Milwaukee M12 Fuel, full stop. 16-gauge capable, the chip bag, tool-free die rotation. Everything that matters 40 feet up. For shop use with infinite runtime and multi-decade durability, the Makita JN1601 is still the standard. Auto body specialists with compressed air should go straight to the Astro 727 Onyx. The weight, the cycle speed, the cold precision, nothing else on this list compares. Already running DeWalt 20-volt tools, the MtiolHig is the most economical way in. Hobbyists with a quality drill, give the Rexbeti REX003 a serious look before buying anything else. Need a complete cordless kit for a big outdoor project? Vevor Cordless, maximum corded power on a budget? Vevor 380 watt, built exactly for that. All 7 links are in the description below. Grab whichever one fits and subscribe because there's a lot more like this coming.